I also realized that when I got married, I was more sharper and harder than I used to be now.
Very sharp mouth, just very sharp mouth, just sitting. It took a lot of arguments, okay, maybe few arguments, and a lot of tolerance on my part. Kai. Yes.
I'm tolerating you. Hello guys, it's great to be back again with Professor now. It's good to be back again.
After so many tries.
Yes.
And procrastination.
Yes. Finally we are here.
Yes.
Somebody asked me yesterday when I was doing another way, I said this week, and God did it. We are here. So today we'll be talking about something very interesting that we've always wanted to talk about. The topic is okay. The same to introduce yourself. When you're YouTube channel, you say, "I am Tolu."
I'm Timothy.
And we are what?
Ayadeles.
We are becoming the Ayadeles. Oh God.
I'm not just
so fake. Alright, so guys, we're talking about how it feels being married to a strong woman. Being married to a strong woman. So we wanted to just discuss about, because naturally you feel that women generally are more quiet,
maybe laid back, for lack of a better word.
Like our parents, maybe most families looking at from time, women are always told to take the back seats in the family and all of that. And so when even the submission thing that's in the scripture, people have used it to silence women and all. But now we have a world where we have women that are now coming out, particularly with social media, and women are going to work, so they have avenue or they have a space to speak, to talk. Now we have more women who are out there, and some men will like, I'm not sure I can marry a woman who has opinion on everything. They call it opinionated woman.
The woman that's opinionated.
Yes, how she has an opinion over everything. She likes to speak her mind. She wants to say what's on her mind, and nobody can silence her. So for some men, it's like, I can't marry somebody like. I remember when I was still planning to get married, somebody told me that somebody else said, and I like Tolu, I like her, but the way she used to talk on social media, that she always have opinion on things, that if I marry her, I'm afraid that she's gonna beat me in the house. So the other person was not telling me that I think you should try to be laid back a little, don't say too much, don't do all of those things. So it's an issue. There's some people who have had to take that advice to be more quiet so that they can get married. There's some people who have not done that and they are still like that even in marriage. So we're going to be talking about how men who get married to women like this, how do they handle it, and women in this kind of situation, how do they handle it?
So I think the first thing we should do is define who a strong woman is.
I'll give you some examples. Opinionated is a major thing on my own mind. I don't know if you have another thing in your mind.
So I have a very maybe unpopular opinion about it. I think what the women we call strong women are not actually strong.
Okay.
I don't count being opinionated as being strong.
Okay, but for the context of our discussion, I want us to talk about opinionated, because many men are scared of it.
Are you sure?
Because you told me that even when we wanted to get married, somebody told you that told you that you're getting married to this girl that talks and all this thing. I hope you're going to cope with her.
I did not see it from the context of strong.
You are different. Okay, but no, I said I was going to define strong, and I said that what I think we're talking about, and when I raised this issue on my status is that opinionated. And when one of my friends said it, when we had the conversation, we were like, I'm also like you, I also talk, and people are always saying you talk too much, your husband is quiet and all this. So I think that's the context. Except you have another thing that you want to add, because when we are saying strong, I'm not talking about people that are rude or stubborn or all of those things. We're talking about women that say their mind, they are the forefront of things, they like to see things as
because I totally understand. And I also thought we would add in the mix of women that want to build a career, do business, and don't want to be in the shadows. Maybe not of their husband, but yes, their husband is always in the mix. I think we are talking about this from the context of a Christian home. So they want to be in the shadows of their husband, and the boundaries of it. Yes, because we must always talk about the boundaries of it.
Okay.
I hope you know what I mean by boundaries.
Yeah.
Boundaries, right? Opinionated. I think to to play the devil's advocate, there are women that are strong, they are opinionated, but slip into narcissism.
Okay.
I cannot be wrong.
Okay.
What do you mean? Does it mean that I cannot talk? When in fact the guy is just trying to be pretty objective and plain as much as possible. I don't know if it's making sense to you.
Yeah.
So we also talk about that. So okay, I think it's fine. Let's talk about the opinionation. Opinionated women.
I don't like measuring the word because it's over Cameleno. I don't want my teeth to break. So now, like for like you living with someone
so
like
who is
me.
strong? Are you?
I'm not talking about all those strong things. I'm talking about an opinionated woman that likes to speak her mind on things.
No, please don't break your tongue. Say a woman that has her opinion.
That has her opinions. A woman that has her opinions. So far that you're living with me, what can you say has been your experience? At the beginning, now, and all.
As a person, I think I can work with a woman that has opinions.
Okay.
I can. I have.
Okay.
Like I said, the boundaries of it is when strength of character is not well managed. Strength of character in the sense that naturally, when I was very young, I used to have very serious anger issues. Right? Very serious anger. I was very autocratic. Very, very autocratic. I have very short temper. Very.
The traces are still in your body now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that what you are saying today
is the remaining.
It's like 10%.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that I've walked a journey.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? I've walked a journey. So, and how did I get out of that state? That persona. My sister is always the best person to actually buttress all these things I'm saying, and I believe she will see this video and she will tell you all those things. So how I walked that journey is that I learned to tolerate. So people now say, even you have said it before, that I'm very calm, I trust people easily, I give people very long rope to pull. You understand what I'm saying? I've heard people say that, like, well, thank God, that was deliberate. So now coming into this marriage, the new individual that I am finds it easy because I had dealt with it. So but it doesn't make it as simple as it were. Now talking about you specifically, you are highly opinionated. Is that what you want me to talk about now?
Oh yeah?
You are highly opinionated, which is not a problem. I have said it a lot of times that it's a benefit to me. Right? It's a benefit to me. I'll tell you why that makes sense to me, because that is who my mom is.
Okay.
So I can relate to how to handle that, right? So
why do you think why is it benefit? Why do you benefit? Because somebody out there like, I'm not sure I want to do this with somebody like this. They just want someone that just quiet, at the hand. So why do you think it's a good thing?
It's a good thing because you will realize that I rarely make any decision without getting your opinion about it.
Okay.
So I lead the home. Yes, I lead the home. They've said men should not be autocratic. We are the head. We give direction, but it should not be. Leadership is about carrying people along. The decision we are about to make affects you as much as it affects me. And I know that I am not the beginner and the finisher of wisdom. So where it benefits me is that it is always good to get your perspective on things. Sure, you get. And that is where it comes to. So it means that if you have opinion and you are intelligent and you are smart, it means that you can complement my angles to the same issue. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, we want to do this particular business. This is what I think the business will look like. Right? This is where I think we should go because of this, and this. But I'm looking at this from the perspective, my angle. So the way your nature comes in is that you are looking at it not from the perspective of he makes a decision, let me just say something that looks nice. But you are saying it from the perspective of you are actually an intelligent person. You have opinions on how we should look at those same things I'm looking at. Sometimes you look at it from a different perspective and you realize that most times you will say, no, let's not do it like this, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see it that way before. I don't know if it's making sense to you. So that's an advantage. It complements, it helps me fine-tune ideas. Sometimes I would say, no, we'll still do it by way. But I would have listened to your perspective and maybe I will make little adjustments to what I think we should do. That is where I think makes sense. Do you get the idea? Okay. Now, where the problem is, even in that same context, is when I'm saying, and this happens between us a lot. When I say let's do this thing, I think this, and this, and when you are going to respond, you make it look like I'm stupid for looking at it that way, because in your own eyes it looks dumb. Do you get what I'm saying? Forgetting that it is an opinion. Then also forgetting that your own opinion could be actually inferior to my opinion. I don't know if it's making sense to you, because we are humans and we are carnal, and we are. I think every human has a natural superfluous sense of self. Like there's a tendency to believe that your ideas are the best. It's natural to man. So that is where the problem is. Even between us. That's why you said that. Just tell me yes or no, or give ideas. Why do you have to make it sound like as if I'm talking nonsense? Do you get what I'm saying? Those are the areas that some men cannot tolerate. Being a devil's advocate, yes, you can justify some men that said I don't want an opinion, because a woman naturally coming with all the ideas that a woman should shut up. We have been oppressed for so many years. Now you want to talk, and you want to make him feel less of himself because you have an opinion. I don't know if it's making sense. You understand it? Because of the way you're looking at me.
I'm understanding now.
Yeah, so those are the angles. Those are the boundaries I'm trying to talk about. Because the same man that is talking is not trying to make you feel less of yourself. He's saying, what do you think? Now when you want to bring your opinion, you want to make it look like, yes, me too. I'm not saying you now, I'm saying what we have seen out there. So those are the boundaries that I'm talking about. Personally, I think an opinionated woman she should be an advantage. She should be an advantage to the home, right? If we put all these boundaries, because we have said that men should listen. Also, we have addressed those things. I don't think we need to dwell on that anymore. So now this situation where the man is not autocratic, he's not shoving his ideas down her throat, right? An opinionated woman, when he seeks your advice, is an advantage. As a man, you should learn to handle it. And I believe the best way to handle it is, number one, coming to a space to understand that two heads, what do you call it again?
Two good heads
are better than one. That is what it is. Because when you drive your family off a cliff, she's going to also bear the consequences. You're not going to bear the consequences of your decision alone. She will also partake in it. So why not just allow her ideas to also flourish? That's one of the first steps of learning to deal with an opinionated woman. But as a man may not be able to handle an opinionated woman that doesn't think she can be wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. That one, there's nothing he can do. He will fail.
So what of men that are not, the woman is not saying that she's the Alpha and Omega. She's not saying that.
She's not even talking at all.
No.
And the man is still not letting her.
No. What in a situation where the woman is not saying what my opinions are the truth and all, but she's still opinionated. She listens to the other person, but this man also has issues with this person. I don't want. Like the case of that guy, I said I'm always talking, and many women have those issues. People have issues of I don't want to marry this girl. She talks a lot. She has too much opinion. If I get married to her, she will not listen. I know. How do we solve that myth that people have?
Personally, what I have seen in men that do that, sometimes it's low self-esteem. She will not respect me. She will not. She will not respect me. How can I tell her this and she's telling me that she doesn't like it? How can she tell me that she doesn't believe that is It is because he feels disrespected. And see, it is not a lie. One of the most important things to men or an average man is respect, not even love. Love comes after respect for men. Yes.
Who said that one?
But I'm saying that I'm not saying it's the rule of God though. I'm saying that is how an average man.
Yes, I've heard about those things, but when you sounds like crap to me.
No, it's just the way affection and attention means more to a woman than love. Because she an average woman. I say an average woman now. An average woman values now. The only way you can show an average woman that you love her is by showing her, giving her attention and affection. That's what I said. For a man, the best way, or let me say the most important way to show him that you love him is by true respect. Yes. And when I say respect, understand, I'm not saying you should kneel down every morning and be greeting him. I'm not saying you always serve his food. I hope you understand the context of what I'm saying. Why should you?
I said, well, we're not doing that.
So that's not what we're talking about. That's not what I am talking about.
Yeah.
We all know what I mean by respect. Honor. Honor. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. So now from that context, so a man that is not refined in his sense of self. Do you get what I'm saying? A man that is not refined in his sense of self, that the respect we are talking about is not in disagreement, or it's not in her saying yes or no to an idea. It is in
keeping quiet.
Exactly. It is, once you understand that is not the, I mean, a man that has not understood that, or comes to understanding that respect is not in just in those things alone, he will have that problem. Because while you will think, because she talks a lot and she has opinion on things, sometimes some men, they have problem with women that are vast in politics and technology. They have problem with it because she has shown a sign of intelligence, and an intelligent woman, you cannot keep her under your arms. So they are threatened by it. They feel that she will not respect me. But that is so sense of self is a big part of it. So personally, as a person, me, I don't know what you can do that will make me feel less of myself. I don't know. I don't know.
One of the people that are struggling with their self-esteem, for example, a man that is really laid back, they marry somebody that is out there, all that doing, going out, all of those things.
What I told one guy recently is that he has no business getting married.
Wow.
To the kind of woman he was looking at.
Wow.
Because yeah.
So if you're a laid back boy, guy, you're just there, I see somebody that is out there.
Don't destroy her destiny, leave her alone. Look for somebody that is below your. Yes, because do you know what happens? We are doing business together, and I've said it in a lot of places that there are many areas of our business that your personality has allowed us or helped us to flourish. Shadow Mat, I could never have done what you're doing on Shadow Mat. I don't have that personality. I can't sell the way you sell. Do you get what I'm saying? I have my strengths, but that area is, I don't say too much, but you understand where I'm coming from. Now imagine that you're in a marriage, right, where your husband is not letting you flourish in those areas. Now you see your personality, your opinionated self, your courage, everything is helping our business, our home to progress, isn't it? Imagine that is the other way around. See, the energy, the positive energy can be equal to the negative energy that can happen. It means that if your personality is contributing 80% to our growth, it means that when the table turns, and your environment is not allowing you to do the things you do, you become bitter, and then
scatter the home.
You will take out
the business
minus 80%.
That's
we can give
what
we can give stories and upon stories of the things that we know on social media and our environment of marriages that are going through problems, because you see that the woman is highly opinionated, she's out there, but the husband is laid back and giving her problems. There's some men that are laid back and are not giving their wife, they are just flourish.
Be doing whatever.
I want to talk about that one too. Because those women will also complain, like, what are you complaining for? Is it stopping you? No. Is it stopping you? No. Is it supporting you? Yes. But it's laid back. Leave him alone now.
But if she's one that, if she's one like maybe doing everything, bringing in the money, and the one is feeling like I'm pressured, my back is already it's paining me, and I'm covering my back too much. In that situation.
No, there are context to it.
Okay.
There's so many. Let's not get there first.
Okay.
What I'm saying now, before we go, don't forget that talk. Before we get there now. So so the energy you have, if we are not capitalizing or you making or even promoting and fueling it, right? It could become it can become negative. It can begin to and that's disastrous. Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
So those are the issues. Those are the disadvantages of. That is what can happen if you don't put your head under. If a woman doesn't put her head under a good umbrella, and also if as a man you don't have self-esteem enough to be able to manage and tolerate. Not even tolerate, because that throws me out of context. Be able to handle a marriage with a woman that is above your level of self-esteem or more opinionated than you. You become hard. You make her bitter. She becomes toxic to the marriage. I don't know if that's the word. Yeah. So because what becomes poison was not poison. The food that becomes poison was once food. It expired. Chemical reaction. The environment was no more favorable. The temperature dropped or became higher, and then so that's
Yeah.
that's what I think. So as a man, if you don't have self-esteem,
leave the woman.
And you're laid back. And you're looking at her and she's out there. The funny thing is that these women are the most attractive to
so all those guys that are laid back.
So
everybody like sometimes people like what they are not. You understand? So as a little is someone like that, because I know that of course when you get married you're supposed to be you are going to be fine-tuned, because I also realized that when I got married I was more sharper and harder than I used to be now.
Very sharp mouth, just very sharp mouth, just sitting. It took a lot of arguments, okay, maybe few arguments, and a lot of tolerance on my part. Kai. Yes.
I'm tolerating you.
No, see, we are not talking about that. I'm talking about this particular one now.
Yes, I also tolerated you now.
Before we have a choice. I'm talking as if we have a choice. Do I have a choice?
No, I think we have similar personalities in some areas.
Let me tell you the truth. We have exactly very similar. In fact, we almost have exactly the same character in those areas I'm talking about. But what has happened is that I saw that you are like this before we got married, and I make a decision that okay, Timo, you have to be the one that we bend.
So me have not bent.
You have not.
That's a lie. So when you say this now, I used to be sharp and brother.
This is the point. I'm saying that. See, you have gotten better in that area.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that at that time, if I did not bend, if I did not just relax and bend and just overlook some things, there will be serious fire on the mountain.
So that means the next
one person must. I'm saying that if there are persons like us, one person must.
So that brings you to the next topic. So when you have somebody that you find a woman who is opinionated, because somebody was saying, I know a man who is very out there, opinionated and all that, and he was saying that he will not marry somebody that is like that. But if something happens and because people even change over time, you get to marry to a woman and they will learn from you and become sharp-mouthed and all this like you. How do from the one side, how do you work with that? Because I believe that when a woman comes, you also to help to groom her, to sharpen her, make her, because women that are making strides about their oshikas, all of these people that are making strides, they are people that are opinionated. You can't be quiet and be out there. You understand? So how do you groom this kind of people to be people that you can be a woman that can actually be the best of herself, not going out there to because the other side of being opinionated, you see her always fighting in the streets, dragging people's clothes, fighting and all this. How do you make sure that this woman is well grounded and brings out her best potentials?
Self-leadership.
Okay.
As a man, I learned self-leadership when I was in campus fellowship. I realized that I can't lead men because the department I led when I was in campus fellowship was men, tall, bigger than me. I was round like this, very small, and I led them efficiently for up to 4 years. Right, I was assistant for 2 years, then I led for 3 years and stuff, 5 years. Yeah. So I learned self-leadership. Self-leadership is, of course, leadership, but now yourself. As I say, you set principles for yourself and you make sure you follow them. No, you are yourself. You are the boss of yourself. You can set a goal and say, "Me take Shimongo," and nobody will arrest you for it. That's how you do it. Self-leadership, and self-leadership automatically improves your self-esteem if you do it right. So when you have self-esteem, you will be able to provide leadership for that woman. So leadership is a deal. People look at us outside, they will be like, that his wife is very hot pepper. Me and now they look at me like he's calm, gentle, and so. But I have grasp of things. You get what I'm trying to say? I have pretty much grip on how things happen in our home. I'm not autocratic. I want to believe that. You are the one that can tell. I want to believe
autocratic, that.
You can't
do that with a wife like this. You can't.
But I have a good grasp
of things. Yeah, true.
I know when to talk. I know when not to talk. I know before I argue or burst out. I do it sometimes. Before I do that, if you think back, you will know that I have been quiet for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You understand what I'm saying? And then about the third one, I don't know if I'm counting. The last one is that Pastor, you said it in church recently, which is what I had been doing, is speak last. Speak last, speak less. You will notice that when you are valor, you are sitting and you are fighting and she's crying and I say, leave me alone. I rarely interact. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because my voice must not be too common for her.
So our own voice is common.
No, you're missing the point. You are closing.
131.
No.
The more that
you are closest to her.
Okay.
She hears your voice more often. You are the one nurturing her. So it is bound to happen like that. So it has to be this way or that way. If I'm the closest to her, your voice has to be scarce, so that there is a bus stop for shenanigans. I don't know if it's making sense. That is why when she's doing all those and I say, "Father, what's the meaning of that? Keep quiet, go and sit down there." She complies. Because she doesn't hear the voice too often. I don't know if it's making sense. I'm not trying to create a scenario where they say one voice is superior to the other. No, that's what I'm saying. So at least one voice has to be very rare, and when it is rare, it's taken seriously. If I ask her, will you stop that nonsense? She will say, leave me alone, but she will do it. So that's what I'm trying to say. So men must provide leadership.
That's the way.
It's leadership.
That's the way.
So the woman will be out there doing all these things, but she knows that when she gets home, there is someone that she looks up to. And then a woman will not look up to someone that doesn't carry himself in a certain way. I don't understand. You cannot be a man in your home and you want your woman to respect you. Now respect, right? You have to carry yourself in a certain way. You have to respect her too. You cannot disrespect her. You cannot talk down on her and expect her to have the confidence. I don't know if it's making sense. Because a woman that lacks self will not be able to respect you. Do you get? Because the importance of a man is how the wife carries him out there. It's like, that's it. So the man must provide leadership. And that is how we can handle a woman that is out there all over the world. Okay, Mr. Hoshika, I've been under her administration a couple of times. You listen to how she talks about her husband. She talks about him in a very high. We don't even know him. She's probably I don't know. I don't have facts. But who knows? Maybe she's the breadwinner of the family in terms of how much she brings. And she may not actually. Yeah. She may just be the popular person. Yeah. Because popularity does not mean money. So, but let's assume that she's the one bringing the money. Let's assume she's the most famous person. But you realize that her husband provides leadership. That is why she talks about him in the manner she talks about him. Of course, her personality is part of it too. Because a man can do all he needs to do and the woman will still misbehave. But I'm talking about an ideal woman now. So now, but you will hear her talk about how her husband, she will travel for a long time and the husband will take care of the children. Bathe them, cook for them when they were young and stuff like that. Doing those things as a man does not diminish your leadership. I don't know if it's...
Yeah, I understand.
Hey, it doesn't diminish, but it's
about... You have to start defining what leadership is. Because people assume that leadership is that my daddy will come by, everybody will be afraid of daddy, he will sit on the chair, cross his leg, and doing everything, and it's away from the children and all that. Practical
things to do leadership. I can't say everything because even me I'm learning.
Yeah.
But from a perspective, a leader is one that has foresight. A leader that is self-aware of current situation, knows where to go from here, right? And knows how to get to where we're going from here. That's 3 or 2. Then the leader does not do everything by himself. He knows how to delegate responsibilities. That is where the idea of letting your wife speak, getting her opinion comes in, because you're delegating. You're not putting the body of decision making on yourself alone. That's leadership. Leadership. That's why we have the democratic government, and the president does not do everything. He has ministers, and there's a parliament as well. But a dictator does not have any of those things. But when a military takes over a government, the first thing they do is suspend the judiciary, suspend the parliament, and appoint their stooges as ministers. You see the difference? So distribution of labor. So the ability of your ability to distribute labor, to give responsibilities and get them accountable. That is the practical things to do to be a leader in your home. She's out there, all over out there, but you are the brainwork behind it. You are supporting her. When we go for shoot now, I will follow you and carry lights and carry this, and they will like, her husband is very supportive. So why some men will look at me and say, this guy, woman rapper. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we know what they do.
Yeah.
She understand. So I think those are the practical things.
This is a very, very rich conversation, and everyone should listen. Please, if you are watching this video, please, I think it's a good place to stop. This is a place to read. This is the church now. Just pray.
No, don't go yet.
Okay.
What should women that have this tendency to be out there and opinionated and are married to men, maybe not necessarily low self-esteem, but look at me now. I'm not out there as you are, especially on social media. Right? Social media. how do they handle it when they have some form of fame? How do they handle it? Because it can get into your head. We have examples of women that are overdoing things.
Yeah.
Let's call it speed is speed.
True.
How do you think women like that should handle it so that she doesn't make that her very good husband that is supportive look at him as if he is weak, or as if, how do you think women like that can handle it?
I think it's important to be very sensitive. And this, sensitive. What I would do to what a woman will do with a husband who is maybe everybody's husband. You know how to deal with your husband. You know what their weak points.
What works for him.
And you know what can flare him up. You understand? For example, you know that you are the one bringing in most of the money during that time. Be sensitive. You understand? You could probably say, maybe we should divide this money into an account that you have access to. Understand? For example, when you're writing things about your home or your family, be sensitive. Don't put your family or your husband in a bad light. You understand? So I feel that you should be, and when you have come to that place of being sensitive, when you come to that place, you will know what to do. Many times, because you cannot say, don't write this, do that. No. I'm saying that be sensitive. When the man is saying something, when the man is asking questions or is saying, I'm not comfortable with this, don't say, what's the big deal there? Is it that deep?
Are you not saying that?
I don't think you do that. You know that. So it's important that you look at what's happening, you study the temperature of your family dynamics, and go that part. The other thing is that, for example, if you know that this man is doing, for example, that when we were going for a shoot and you followed me, you are the one that took care of the child or did some other things, you must, this person have done this to you, you should also try to see how you feel the person's love tank back. Okay. So
like when you get to open your legs, is that what you mean?
Oh God.
It's part of it now.
So it's important that when this person has done something,
you know that question.
It's important that you also try to help them, like appreciation. I have to be deliberate about it. How this person has done this for me. Let me appreciate this person. Let me do this. Or maybe get a gift, or do just make sure that you are kind of compensation. Of course, it's our thing. It's the family, but we know that at this time we served you.
This picture comes to mind.
Okay.
Let's say we work together and I follow you to a shoot setting or something like that. And maybe not carrying value, maybe someone is carrying value, and I'm maybe assisting with light or something. You should not talk to me the way you talk to your assistant.
Yeah.
Some women will think that at this point I am the boss. Yeah. You should understand. I don't think you understand.
The context of here, we are boss of Kiniko.
I don't think you
there's one popular picture that got divorced. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is what caused the divorce, but when she's preaching, she will just tell them, "Bring my bag, bring it." I'm like, what is this? Does not make any sense.
It doesn't make any
sense.
For
example, first of all, you're supposed to have assistants. It should not be your husband that should be carrying your bag. And if I thought he has to be the one to carry it for you, let it be done in such a way that is very graceful.
Very
graceful. That you do it in such a way that you don't disrespect the person. I've seen teenagers and his wife minister, and they speak with each talk.
I mean, the way he honors his wife,
you will see you will see some other couple. The man will be speaking,
and the wife
is not speaking, and the man will just bring the mic, Joe. All of those things, the wife may not feel bad about it, but is how do you present your wife? So some minister of God even say stories. They share stories of something the wife did at home, and it's so condescending and disrespectful. In my mind, I'm like, so this man God, I still carry herself up like this. So this is how they used to do their. So you have to make sure that you put your husband in a good light. Yeah. Try as much as possible when they are helping you,
regardless of where they find themselves.
You have to make sure that they are in good light, cover up for each other, especially in a society where we are, where people are just assuming that any woman that is out there, the husband is a mumu, is a Omar rapper. Don't further
make it true.
Everyone is insecure when you put fire under their bum.
Exactly, they will be insecure.
They're human beings, we are not perfect. So when you do things that makes people that make you put ingredients into their soup of insecurity, they will be insecure. So let's make sure that we are sensitive. Look at your family dynamic. I used to say, when you have periodic time when you talk about these things, how do you feel respected? Do you feel disrespected? There's a time when we had one of these things, I told my husband, there's a way you talk to me that I don't like in the office. Is this how you feel? And I was like, I didn't know.
I necessarily did not know. And
I was like, no, I don't like it. I'm not like. And he said, oh, sorry about that. So sometimes,
I'm very protective.
No. Sometimes the person may not even know that he's doing that. So it's important that study your family dynamics. Ask your partner be selfless, and when you serve one person in the marriage, also take turn to serve the other person.
Yeah, I think
this is the place where we'll finish the talk. It has already passed 30 minutes. Our videographer by already telling us what to call that 30 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Please share this video. This video is very, very important.
Yeah,
it will help somebody there. Please share
and like we always say, please comment.
We
want to hear from you.
What do you think? Please comment. If you want to comment anonymously, you can come. You can send a mail to the reayodeles@gmail.com. Whatever it is you want to us talk about, if you have questions, reach out to us, or then follow us on Becoming the Ayodeles on Instagram and Facebook. We also share things there. Comment, leave encouraging words, encourage us, and
thank you very much.
We're grateful.